Hi, Editing Ellie here, very shortly after I made this video. As you will see, this is the first video I recorded on the new camera that I bought, and I fucking hate it! I don't know why it has a weird filter, I don't know why it's like attempting to airbrush me. I have a ring light to do that. Hopefully it won't be too bothersome. I think as the video goes on, you do get used to it. But I am sorry, and I promise after this video we will be strictly back to the iPhone. I'm sorry, I know I'm an Apple whore, but it is what it is. I hope you enjoy the video despite the ridiculous, unnecessarily 2012 Tumblr filter that is throughout the video. So let's get started! This is probably really bad for my posture. I was having a very interesting conversation with my roommate because she and I were both frantically doing laundry in the apartment and getting ready, and she was frantically doing her thing because her boyfriend was on his way over, and I was frantically doing my thing for this. Nicole Raffi wannabe in her full... There's literally a Strokes vinyl staring me in the face on the windowsill. Christ on a bike. Change of setup. We're having a little bit of a cozy deep dive. Sounds a little gross. Hello. Welcome back. I also just wanted to say thank you so much for 50 subscribers. I did not have 50 when I sort of started this pursuing of my true passions, which is children's media. Since the two videos, I now have 50 subscribers. So thanks. So nice. Today, we are going to be talking about and ranking every single one of the Barbie movies with several fucking caveats. There are people out there who are willing to do the work and really analyze why each Barbie movie has earned a place in their ranking, and I am not one of those people. I am incredibly opinionated, and my childhood is the only one that truly mattered. It's the only one that's objectively correct. So right off the bat, we are not ranking all of the Barbie movies. So already this is a lie. We are ranking the Barbie movies up until I stopped watching them. So I'm just putting it out there, instantaneously. This is not well researched. This is based entirely on opinion and memory alone. There's no shortage on Barbie commentaries at all. There's that amazing deep dive lady who I can't for the life of me remember the name of. Curtis Connor did a Barbie versus Bratz duology that was so good. But it does make me a little intimidated to make this video because apart from all of the caveats, the internet seems to be pretty united on what is the first and second best Barbie movie, and I'm going to tell you right now, neither of them are in that position. So I'm scared because if they're as passionate as I am, then they're going to be fucking ruthless. They are still making Barbie movies, to this day. I believe there is supposed to be a Barbie and Skipper movie that's coming out this July. The first Barbie movie came out when I was, I think, 2 years old, and the addiction quickly started from there. We had every Barbie movie on DVD. We had to, or else I would die. And in my not so humble opinion, Barbie really falls off the deep wagon when our Lord and Savior, Kelly Sheridan, who was the voice of Barbie, leaves, retires. She was Barbie for around 10 years, did a 2-year hiatus, came back to much critical acclaim before ultimately leaving in 2015, one of the 20 teens. I really think Kelly Sheridan is the OG, the only one that I will ever count. It's 1 p.m. I have 2 finals due this week. Why not? Oh, sorry. I just got an email from a mini golf course that I made a reservation for when I was really, really drunk and put in a request for it, and they just emailed me back. Probably to be like, hell fucking no, we're not hosting you and 14 other people. We know you don't know that many people. I have my coffee because I'm really, really trying not to fall asleep. I'm trying not to nap anymore for my mental health. It is a fine line between a healthy, rejuvenating siesta and then the 2-3 hour naps that I have a day when little miss depression decides to come and knock in and be like, hey girl, go to sleep. You have nothing to live for. Let's get started. Let's start talking about Barbie movies, okay? Okay, the first Barbie movie that is on our shit list, Barbie Mariposa. I'm sorry. Now, I should also preface that in addition to being incredibly opinionated about Barbie movies and about qualities that I believe make an objectively good Barbie movie based on the education that I made for myself as a wee. I only ever saw this movie once. I saw it when we bought it on DVD, so I was 9 years old, and I truly have no desire to watch it ever again. If you go through my Apple TV library, it is literally classic Barbie movies and then like the Saw franchise. Those are my two sides. When I think about some of the Barbie movies, there are many that I would love to watch again, that I genuinely love watching. And Mariposa is not one of them. So the plot essentially is the queen gets poisoned. Mariposa wants to save her. That's pretty much all I remember, to be honest. They used a framing device where like Alina is telling Bibble a story. So Kelly Sheridan is in the movie for like fucking 30 seconds. And then we go to this like completely different world. We go on the adventure and Kelly Sheridan leaves us. The reason why I didn't really enjoy this film or care to see it is completely based in my inability to accept change. I didn't like that the lead protagonist wasn't voiced by Kelly Sheridan. Second worst Barbie movie that I'm even gonna like be willing to talk about. Barbie Magic of the Rainbow. I know I just said how much I love Fairytopia and I love Alina, but guys, come on, what was this? Azura, who our OG, our bestie, she selects Alina to become an apprentice.
Would you be interested?
And learn, thank you Wikipedia, the Flight of Spring. I think it's this like fancy schmancy dance, but she's also like trying to master her magic. As we know, Alina has not been a winged fairy for very long, so she's got some catching up to do. And there's this like girl named like, I think her name's like Sunburst. I wasn't kidding when I told you guys I put like no work into this. Okay, yeah, so there's this bitch Sunburst who is like jealous of how much people love Alina and like kind of tries to sabotage her time at the school.
What? We're laughing at Alina being an apprentice, right?
And then Laverna, who was turned into a frog in the most recent movie, we'll get to that, is like, fuck, I'm still a frog, but I still want to ruin Alina's life. Reasons why I didn't like it. I think I watched this movie twice, and I remember the first time I saw it, I was in 3rd grade winter break, and I remember my parents bringing home the DVD, and I was so fucking excited. It was just so underwhelming. The big thing is she gets another outfit change, and it's supposed to be like the epic conclusion than there was in like Mermaidia or Fairytopia. Love my OG, my gal, Kelly Sheridan, coming in clutch though, carrying this on her fucking back. That's why it's not at the bottom. Number 10, Barbie the Island Princess. I'm laughing because this movie, TikTok found this movie and just really brought to light just how fucking unhinged it is. Like, it is pretty unbelievable on all accounts. I think it has a little bit to do with the fact that, like, there's not really any magic in Island Princess, from what I know. It's about Barbie, or Ro. She's on an island. She's got little island friends. She talks to them. She's only ever known this her whole life. And then suddenly this prince comes and brings her back to human civilization, colonizer style. It's essentially her, like, assimilating to interacting with humans. And of course it doesn't go according to plan, and of course there's a big secret. Just the sheer ridiculousness of this movie. Also, the uprise in sheer hatred for Tika is fucking unhinged. I have never seen so many people like wish death to an animated elephant before. And I remember my mom also not liking Island Princess because of the annoying elephant. She doesn't talk like that. That's would be really disrespectful of me to do that. Aside from that, another point where this movie loses like major credits is it was a musical. And I fucking hate
musicals.
If you want to communicate something, don't fucking sing it. Just say it. It's definitely towards the bottom, a shitter, because I hate musicals so much. Hate them. Next up! Oh my god. Wake up, Ellie. We're climbing up the rankings. We're going up the ladder. We are now not only entering the movies that I liked, but the ones that I can very vividly remember. I don't know if you were picking up, but the last 3 movies I discussed, I have virtually little to none of any shred of memory about how those movies took place. And I think that is a greater representation on the quality of the movie than the effort I put into making this video. Barbie Fairytopia. The birth of a movement, of an empire. Holy shit, this movie was bonkers. Through the rainbow, there's Fairytopia. Beautiful, beautiful fairyland that I wanted to be real so fucking badly. We follow this fairy who has no wings, named Alina, and her truly unhinged, on drugs, on alcohol, on sugar, shooting up heroin as, like, we fucking speak, her pet, Bibble. Oh my god, he has started a movement. There is a video on YouTube that I show to everyone. It is entitled Bibble is the Powerhouse of the Cell. Everyone needs to watch it. I will link it down below. It is a very important educational tutorial. Basically, there's this super jealous bitch named Laverna. Yeah! And she wants to steal her sister, the Enchantress's, throne, powers, magic. So she starts doing it by kidnapping each representative of the color of the rainbow, because that's how she's gonna like drain the Enchantress of all her magic. She starts off by lowering the defenses of all fairies by putting this poison into the air, which stops fairies from being able to fly. So we're already like, this is complex. This is getting, you know, this is getting pretty crazy. There's like no fairies that are able to protect the Enchantress, defend themselves against getting abducted if they're like a representative of a color. However, who is entirely unaffected by this fairy wing mustard gas? Alina, because she has no wings. Despite being made fun of by pretty much anyone she's ever come into contact with, she takes it upon herself to save the Enchantress, therefore save and protect all of Fairytopia. This movie was great. One thing that I didn't really notice until I watched it when I was adult, the last time I saw this movie I was 20 years old, and my sister, who was 19 at the time, it was peak COVID, and we decided that we were going to watch all the Barbie movies. We stopped at Fairytopia because she fucking fell asleep and then got mad at me for finishing it, and then we didn't continue. Alina has like a higher pitched voice than like the other Barbie movies, which I'm sure Kelly Sheridan did as like a creative decision of like, oh, this is a fairy, this is like a little creature, so I'm gonna make my voice a higher pitch and a little cutesier because that is going to align more closely with the character. An effective tactic as a child, it is kind of like nails on a chalkboard as a 20-year-old.
Aren't we waiting for the rest of your company?
That's a sign you're destined for great things.
Yeah, right.
I do remember sitting through that and being like, oh, Jesus Christ, just talk normally. But I think that's more of a me issue than like a creative mistake, because when I was 6 and this movie came out, I didn't give 2 fucks. Maybe it's just because I'm old, bitter, and jaded, and I have bad knees. Sorry to hit you with that one, too. I know that this camera angle is atrocious, but I'm filming with the camera that I got. It's dying, so I had to plug it in, so it totally messed everything up. I also can't see. I am having mole vision because I am the daughter of 2 moles. The next one, the Barbie Diaries. People hate this movie, and I get it, okay? I understand. The animation style is truly on drugs.
Open wide. You think you know me, but I'm changing all the time.
It's basically just like Barbie's in high school and all she wants is to be popular and get noticed by the quarterback of the football team. It's essentially Mean Girls for kids. We see Barbie perhaps behave a little bit poorly in order to climb up the social rankings, dare I say, at the expense of her 2 best friends / bandmates.
Until you get your priorities straight, I don't think I want to hang out with you.
We've decided to play the formal without you. It's just better that way.
And her best guy friend / videographer / has been in love with her all this time / is the voice actor of Artha Penn.
Yeah. Hey, I'm getting better, aren't I? You're right. I'm brilliant. It's one of the reasons you love me.
I don't think I will ever make a video that won't circle back to Artha Penn. And that is why this movie is not last. Listen, my girl, Kelly Sheridan, she did it. She really did it. She slayed. She worked her pussy out. But so did the guy who plays Artha Penn. What is his name? What is this legendary man's name? Matt Hill! That's right. I'm like blushing. I need to relax. Canadian voice actor, Lord Savior, good looking fella. He didn't die, did he? No. False alarm, we're good. This movie is crazy, and overall message to girls feels a little disingenuous. I understand that like the majority of like main characters in kids cartoons are teenagers. I, as a girl, I was watching Barbie movies because I loved magic, mermaids, fairies, like just wanted to go to a different world. And this movie just doesn't have really anything magical about it, with the exception of like the diary. There's just not a lot of escapism in this film. However, for some reason, COVID made us all do weird things. Who is messaging me? It's a reminder to do my laundry, which I'm rolling my eyes at, but if anyone is to remind me that I need that reminder, it would be you people. I watched this movie semi-recently, peak COVID, again, going through the motions of nostalgia. I don't know. I thought it was kind of funny. It cracked me up in some places. It's mostly because of our, what's his name? Trevor? Kevin? Kevin's a funny little dude.
And once again, band practice sounds like 3 girls talking. Too much zooming in and out makes your footage seem amateurish, and your entire story will be roarfed. If I tell her, she'll get all weird and we won't be friends anymore and everything will be majorly
Roarfed?
See? Tell me it's not fun to say.
He made me laugh. He's got some cringy but endearing jokes. That's why it doesn't, totally shit the bed for me. And I also really liked the drama. I know that it's like stupid and very surface level drama in comparison to the worldly peril that many Barbie movies have explored. It was the first movie where I saw and I was like cringing with like secondhand embarrassment and being like, oh God, don't do that, or tell him. I think that was my stepping into realistic fiction, eventually like trashy reality TV. So yeah, it was a very foundational movie for me. Hi. I had to come on here and make another disclaimer that in my deeply heated discussions of Barbie movies and why I think each Barbie movie is the best, I realized that I made borderline a fatal mistake. I left out Diamond Castle. I left out my littlest sister's favorite Barbie movie. And I left out one of mine, way more importantly. I just wanted to say I'm so sorry. I do know that it's the lesbian Barbie movie, and I promise you that was not intentional, because I apologize greatly. Diamond Castle is number 8. It is better than the Barbie Diaries, but it just falls short of Mermaidia. I know this won't go unnoticed or unpunished, but I do love this movie very much, and that's why I couldn't just gloss over the fact that I forgot it and that I love it. So there you go. Number 7, Barbie Mermaidia. I feel like I don't really need to say why this movie is so fucking good. It really is just the groundwork in my childhood for true comedic genius.
Delicious.
My family quotes this movie somewhat often. Just truly a masterpiece. Basically, Prince Nalu gets abducted, and then his side hoe Nori is like not really trying to look for him.
I know you're here, Nalu. Don't make me come out and find you.
And then Alina is actually actively trying to look for him. Laverna is still one evil bitch. You know, she couldn't take over the land, so she is now taking to the sea and trying to conquer that. All serious analyzations and observations aside, I fucking loved this movie as a child. I love oh god, mermaids, fairies, are you kidding? Having to choose between forms, crazy. You know, Alina like is just given her wings. Oh, sorry, spoilers. And she's only been a fairy for like a hot minute, and now suddenly she has to become a mermaid, a form she didn't even ask to become, because it'll save a kingdom that she's not even a part of. Lots of really interesting dissections and dichotomies on sacrifice, citizenship, fairies.
Delicious.
I think the only reason why this movie is not higher on my list is because I think the other movies that are higher on this list are better. Now we are entering arguably the S tier. I am nervous about this one because it is, according to the majority of the internet and IMDb, the best Barbie movie, and it is the bottom of the top half for me. Princess and the Pauper. Basically, it is derived from and inspired by The Prince and the Pauper. But of course, because it's Barbie we're talking about, we're doing a gender swap. So I really liked how that concept was introduced to me quite early. 2 girls born. Princess Annalise, played by Barbie, who obvi is, you know, the royal one, because she's Aryan. Then we have Erica, the Pauper. Brown hair. Basically, they look exactly alike, except for their hair color. I would argue the hair length is pretty much identical. Annalise gets kidnapped. As to not alarm the kingdom of the kidnapping, Julian, who is like Annalise's teacher, not too sure how old he is, don't know if he's been teaching her whole life, hopefully not. He started teaching her when they both turned 18 years old. So basically, he is like, oh, I don't want to alarm the kingdom, and also like Preminger, who has like truly become a meme.
Let me in.
You idiots!
But so basically, Preminger wants to become king. That's why he kidnaps Annalise, because then he's going to be like, oh, and then I'm going to stage bringing her back, and she's never going to see my face, so she's not going to know that it was me who kidnapped her. Queen's going to be so grateful, going to be like, oh my god, you guys are going to get married. As a reward for you bringing back my daughter alive, I'm going to make you king. That's his logic. And when you see him, you'll understand that. Why would his logic be anything else? So basically, Julian finds Erica, finds that she's like basically identical to Annalise, with the exception of, as I said before, the hair color. He is like, I'm gonna bring you back, and I'm gonna and then like the queen will be calm, and I'm gonna go look for the real Annalise. It doesn't really make all that much sense, but again, plot. So Erica basically has to learn how to behave like a princess and pass for Annalise. However, Annalise has an arranged marriage to King Dominic, who comes, and when Erica's undercover, and then they like talk and they start like falling for each other, and Erica's like, oh god, like I'm not the real princess, I'm just a pauper, he's not gonna want me. It's very complex, and it honestly is executed pretty well. Loved the pets. Why is it ranked lower than many of you will think that it should be? Because it was a musical.
I'm just like you.
I think that's true.
You're just like me.
Yes, I can see.
We take responsibility.
Yeah, that's why it's not very, very high up on the list. I truly believe that if it were not a musical, it would probably score much higher. But sorry, I can't control the visceral repulsion that I feel when someone wants to communicate their feelings through song. Moving swiftly along, I had to take a pee break, so I'm a little bit rusty on. Oh, okay. I don't want you choking the wire, honey. Sat right on the wire. Okay, that's fine. For those of you guys who are familiar with her work, I know she's ugly. You don't need to keep telling me. I'm well aware. She has the face only a mother could love, and it's not her fault, all right? She's a Serbian refugee, and when I got her, she had herpes, so she's also a slut. But it's okay. We're teaching her the ways of God. 12 Dancing Princesses. This movie, I feel like they finally mastered the animation of Ken, because let's face it, the first couple tries, they were tries. This movie is for the anti-musical, everyone's pinnacle Barbie movie. There were so fucking many little princesses. They do in fact dance. Stinky. I will say one thing that I absolutely love about it is I think it blended very well trials and tribulations of growing up and letting go of your, childhood tendencies. And then also like, hey, if we, enter a password, we get to enter this magical world. And holy shit, I don't particularly like to dance. I never really liked to dance, but I would have absolutely shook ass to try and open up this portal to this magical land where you can wish for anything and it'll happen. And some of these hoes literally wished for men.
I wish I could dance with a handsome prince.
And I really admire that energy. Actually, no, I'm ashamed of that energy, but it's because it's my energy. Very good. Reasons why it loses points. The monkey was intolerable.
This is what you wanted to show me? I'm aware the princess is a
Great film. Okay. Oh. Coming back. Don't show them your bum. It's not that kind of video. Barbie in the Nutcracker, our first Barbie movie ever made. As we all very well know, this movie was also the birth of my love for mustaches. I don't need to open that door again. We know. I live it, I laugh it, I love it. Barbie, getting its foot in the door, getting her foot in the door to, start getting comfortable with making movies. They gotta figure out what works. Also, one thing that I actually appreciated was there were no annoying pets. It's just Eric and Clara, and they're trying to find the Sugar Plum Princess, and it comes with quite the twist. Also, the Nutcracker song in the final dance, I tear up every fucking time. It is one of the most romantic scenes I've ever seen. Yeah, that makes sense. It is also the first and only time they feature a kiss. And I wish they featured a kiss more often, because I love kisses. What a hell of a debut into the Barbie-verse. I am not sure I can really properly communicate just how much I fucking love this movie and how much I hate my sister for falling asleep during Fairytopia, because this was going to be the next one we were going to watch. Barbie the Magic of Pegasus. This is always the pivotal Barbie movie that my family brings up, in the sense of like they weirdly approached a gambling addiction that results in exile. Also, how disobeying your parents will result in them being transformed by an evil warlock into ice sculptures. So, listen to mom and dad, folks. This movie was fantastic, and one of the reasons why it was so fantastic is because the DVD came with 3D glasses. My two best friends from kindergarten, Macy and Sam, Sam, we got to watch it for Macy's birthday in 3D. It was an incredible moment. I don't think we have ever loved each other or been closer since that particular moment in history. Unfortunately, there is an annoying pet in this. I know that the pets in the Barbie movies are supposed to be cute. I very rarely thought they were. I don't know if it's because I was so jaded that I didn't grow up with a pet and now I have a rabid former prostitute kitten. I am someone who does enjoy quoting this movie frequently, especially Shiver and going, "Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle," because that's all she basically did. She also almost killed fucking everyone in that movie. Anyway, Peril, great. Hippogriff, it's a griffin, it's not a hippogriff. Unfortunately, they once again kind of botch the Ken animation just ever so slightly. Another thing that this movie executed with just sheer perfection, the bloopers. Have you guys ever seen the bloopers at the end of a Barbie movie when they're rolling the end credits? They are masterful.
Take 24 and action. Cut. Carlene, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm okay. Just get the bear off the camera.
Phenomenal.
First positions, please.
And mine is barbie@barbie.com.
Got it.
Roll camera. Wait for action, please. Let's reset. We're losing the light.
Are you all right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just a little winded.
They revealed to me what bloopers even fucking are.
Please wake up. Please. I need you. Please wake up. Please.
Sorry. Okay, I'm okay.
Please wake up. I need you.
Aiden?
Let's cut the line. It's not working for me. Ow!
Top 2, baby, we made it. Barbie fucking Rapunzel. No, well, Barbie Rapunzel. Oh my god, this movie has aged like the finest of wines. It is perfect. I have no notes. When my sister and I were watching this movie during quarantine, over 3 years ago now, there's a scene where Rapunzel's about to fall into the pit and he like grabs her waist. And my sister goes, one thing that I did not expect, that was not revealed to me until I watched the Curtis Connor Barbie vs. Bratz video, the controversial and problematic nature of Otto the ferret. I think it explains a lot about my future in adulthood. I think it's important that we learn that we should be able to express ourselves in any way, so as long as it is not harmful to others. And Otto's expression of self was harmful to every child that ever had to lay eyes on him.
6.5 minutes.
I think we should start a therapy group, and I want you all to know that if you too were traumatized by Otto's sultry behavior, you are not alone, and you are seen. We have now entered the stage where I announce what the best Barbie movie ever made is, and I am very scared because it is not many people's favorite Barbie movie, and I don't even really have very strong evidence as to why it is the best Barbie movie ever made. Barbie Swan Lake, okay? Holy fucking shit. Incredible film. Perfect film. Truly no notes this time. There is a unicorn in it. There is really, truly, I think, the greatest amount of peril in this. Stinky! Get out of the closet! You want to go talk about Swan Lake with mommy? Yes! The Beast has entered the chat. There was arguably the most peril out of any of this. And God, the lore was great. There was a crystal that chooses the hero of the forest. It's obviously Odette. She's transformed to a swan. The animation of Ken is on the rise. Not quite there yet. I don't know. This movie just had some really lovable characters. I loved the Fairy Queen. I loved Erasmus. I loved Lila. She certainly was very sassy, wasn't afraid to let the world know it. I was obsessed with it. I would have watched it every hour of every day if I could. It's a perfect movie. It's objectively correct. It's got humor. It's got really wonderful music. The choreography is very well done for the dances. There's some really heart palpitating peril that takes place. There is a moment where all hope is lost and you truly believe that all hope is lost. You go, oh my God, maybe the forest won't be saved. The reason why I think it is truly the best is because the color scheme, chef's kiss. Music, chef's kiss. Peril, chef's kiss. No sing-song, chef's kiss. Whenever I am in the mood to watch a Barbie movie, this is the one that I go to, the one that I pick out, unless it is Christmas, then we do Barbie and the Nutcracker. Jesus of Barbie movies. It is the holy grail. It is perfect in every way, shape, and form. And due to all of the reasons that I stated prior, that is why it is, for me, objectively, the greatest Barbie movie ever made. Whew, wow, that was a wild ride. But the plus is I'm not tired anymore. It might have a little bit to do with the fact that I have been steadily chugging away at this cold brew. Those were the, in my opinion, best Barbie movies ever made. No one will ever be able to change my opinion, but I certainly hope I changed yours. Thank you so much for coming on this journey with me and allowing me to discuss my obsession and love with cartoons a step further. As always, this video was very, very fun to make. I love talking about my favorite cartoons and sharing opinions that nobody asked for on the internet. And if you enjoy me sharing my opinions that nobody asked for on the internet as well, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what your favorite Barbie movie is and why, because even though you're not going to sway my opinion at all, I do like to listen sometimes. I will probably see you guys at some point. I will hopefully see you again very, very soon. Thanks. Bye.